we go. Super Bowl 59. Who are you taking? Let's break it down as a tree. So I turned my partner here onto something new. I am a fan of this game, and I have been for a long, long time. I followed a guy named Nick the Greek back 60s, 70s. He was a fantasy guy before fantasy became a fantasy thing, and he would do this tree thing that I put up in front of us here. So for the Super Bowl, I have one team, Philadelphia, on the left. I have the other team, Kansas City, on the right, and we break down positions and who's got extras and who's got special teams and so on and so forth. We'll start at the top of the tree. You ready? Mm-hmm. We'll start with the quarterback. So for me, I gave the nod quarterback as the better quarterback to Patrick Mahomes in Kansas City, because of his abilities, his intangibles, his history, the Super Bowl rings he already has.
Yes.
So
I agree with you there. I agree with you with Pat Mahomes being the better quarterback in this situation. He runs when he needs to run. I mean, it's not always pretty. No. He gets it done, though. I mean, he moves the sticks.
I don't think we've covered, but 18 for 26 in the AFC Championship, 245. Did throw an INT, but carried the ball 11 times for 43 yards, which is not like him, in 2 touchdowns.
I know.
So
that's what I mean. Yeah. So when he needs to get it done, he is freakishly athletic enough to get it done. Jalen
Hurts will need to have a special. First thing you said there, no, he can't turn the ball over. He cannot throw an interception in this game. That'll be killer, because Andy Reid will be prepared for that, and he'll put him in positions where he can do that. So no turnovers. That's number one. And when he runs, he needs to run effectively. However, overall quarterback play, I'm going to give to the Chiefs here. Ready? Running back, this is a no-brainer. This is a no-brainer here, but we do it anyway. Saquon Barkley is the only one I put down for them, because they have Will Shipley too, but Barkley is the guy.
Agreed.
And then Kareem Hunt and Isaiah Pacheco is probably still not back at 100%, but he carries. Kareem Hunt's their lead guy these days, especially was in the last game for sure. This is, of course, going to go to the Eagles' better offensive line and
of course
better running back. Okay, so next one, wide receivers and tight end. So for the wide receivers and tight end, for the Eagles, I got AJ Brown, of course, Devonta Smith, and Goddard.
Okay.
For Kansas City, Worthy, Smith-Schuster, Kelsey, and Hopkins as he comes and goes. I gave this one to the Chiefs.
I disagree with this one.
All right.
I would give this one to Philly for sure. AJ Brown is a beast.
He's a special player.
Even very special player, and as is Smith. So I think that because he's quiet, he does not make kind of a fuss. When he shows up in big ways.
He had an amazing catch.
Toe tap.
Yeah, catch that game.
I can't even count the number of times that I've seen him do that. Same thing with Dallas Goedert. Incredible tight end for them. He's been very consistent all season for them. I think the Kansas City, it is their quarterback that makes the receivers look, I think, a little better than they are, especially, I'm going to say Smith-Schuster. We've seen him move around quite a bit, and he happens to fit well, I think, in Andy Reid's offense, but I don't think he's better than any of the receivers on the Eagles
side.
So
no true huge name for Kansas. I agree, those are all big names. Kansas City, no huge names, but enough to get the job done.
I would like to see Hopkins get a ring
after all these years with the Texans and all the moving around he's done.
Yeah.
All right, so we disagree.
Worthy is the rookie. Yeah. Inexperienced.
Smith-Schuster's been around for a while. Kelsey, of course, is the old man. We do not know if he'll even play next year. And then, of course, D-Hop's another season veteran.
I would give it to Philly on the wide receiver.
All right, so we're off on that one. Next one, offensive line. It's if you have the number one roster in the league, this is an easy one. I mean, the Kansas City line is excellent as well. You don't get the Super Bowl without an excellent line. Philly's a little bit better.
Absolutely,
So that was a no-brainer for me.
Right. We talked a little bit about them last week too. Three Pro Bowlers on that O-line,
and then they brought in the first round pick, the Jets, Mekhi Becton. They brought him over, made him a player. They've just loaded up their offensive line, and they play very, very well. Defensive line, I could not come to this shiznit because they're both so dang good. I just picked out the two all-world guys, Jalen Carter, the baby rhino for the Eagles, and he is just that. You watch, he ended the game against the Rams.
No blocking him.
No, he is a special individual and worthy of the first round pick. And the other one is just as good. I mean, the argument can be made all day. Is Chris Jones, the other all-world D tackle. When he wants to play, he will get you. He will get you. You have to scheme for him. So I call that one even.
Okay, fair enough. I like it.
I couldn't.
I agree with that.
I couldn't go off of that. All right, next one, linebackers. So the reverse, and you and I have been on this all year long. Zach Bond is just a special teams guy. Now, Pro Bowler. Not even starting. Now a Pro Bowler, leader of that linebacking core for the Eagles, and he's all over the field. And then Traylon Burks, who's also fantastic too. Yeah. For the Chiefs, I gave the small one to the Eagles because those guys are going to the Pro Bowl, and they are excellent field-to-field, end-to-end players. On the other side, it's Tranquil, Bolton, and a guy named Dana. If you don't know, they're all excellent. They're not big names. Drew Tranquil you might know, but they're not big names. So we'll give that one. We'll give that
Eagles defense is number one for a reason. Got to give that to the Phillies.
Kansas City's not far behind, but those certainly there too.
Not just a few. They're down at 4.
And secondary, if you'd asked me 12 months ago about this, I'd have said that's the worst secondary in football. Now, not anymore.
Right.
So I gave this one to the Eagles as well. We'll talk about Quinyon Mitchell, C.J. Gardner-Johnson, Darius Slay, and DeJean. Pretty dang good, all four of those guys, right? Slay had an amazing NFC Championship game. I mean, just did.
Are we seeing? Is N'Kobe Dean out too?
N'Kobe Dean.
I think he might be hurt.
I think he's hurt. I think he's out. That's why I didn't put him on there.
Yeah.
Secondary. So McDuffie's good. Connor's good. But again, no huge names anymore for Kansas City. Not like last year. We had shut down guys and they all moved off and stuff.
Yes.
But as a team, they play very, very well. All right, special teams.
Agreed there.
Yes.
Okay.
Special teams. I gave this one to the Chiefs. They've had a very good year of special teams. They saved that game against Denver through special teams. They return the ball well. They scheme well. They punt block well. They punt well. So
I think this one could have gone either way.
Yeah.
So we saw a couple plays too from the Eagles in terms of the, no, what it didn't end up being a touchback. He tried to get it out of the end zone last minute. So we've seen a couple. I mean, there's just smart play. I think good coaching.
All right.
Both sides.
Next one. And that's why I put coaching into this very last category, intangibles, if you will, or extras. Extras being experience, coaching, that X factor, that thing that, it's special, that them ghosts to come out and carry you along. The only reason I chose the Chiefs here is because they are the two-time defending champs. They have the pedigree. They have a winning mentality. They're not, the Eagles don't. But again, to be the champ, you have to beat the champ. So I gave that one to Kansas City. Okay. All right, your time.
So I would say that this could go either way. I would have given this one a tie, but a wash, just because the Eagles, it's extremely difficult to get to the Super Bowl, right?
Extremely difficult.
So we see Kansas City doing it back to back. There's some who never, just you named a whole slew of teams that have been in the league many, many years and have never gone. Let's not forget the Eagles were just there in 57.
2 years ago.
Right.
Yeah.
They were at Super Bowl 57. They had made the playoffs again, then came undone towards the end of the year, of course. And now look at them. They made a couple change. Well, they made significant changes in their offense, and they're right back.
Rosenstein, something like that. The GM, fantastic.
Howie Roseman. He is fantastic.
Yeah.
I just saw the funniest reel that said that this is the only team where the GM should be making more than the head coach, and that's 100% true.
Agreed. He puts together a fantastic team year in, year out.
So I think that they both have those extra intangibles in terms, of getting by. So I think they're well coached, both well-run organizations. You never hear foolishness coming out.
Slight edge to Andy Reid, but very
slight edge to Andy Reid.
Yeah.
This is true. I would agree with that.
Yeah.
So
just because he's been around, he did it with the Eagles. Now he's doing it with them. So, all right.